Okay, hi Ismail. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Perfect. Okay, so there is some problem with Zoom. I don't know what. So sorry for late. Still, I am not able to, get it through. But I just joined from the browser. Okay. Do let me know once my screen is visible to all of you. Okay. So not having the experience with this browser thing, but I hope you people are able to see my screen. Yes or no?
Yes, just keep moving forward.
Sorry, it's keep
Yeah,
moving,
yeah, moving.
not static.
No, on the screen, just is showing just keep moving forward.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought the screen is keep moving. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, yeah. That was a message. Just keep moving forward. And okay, let me maybe talk about this. So, how many of you have heard the term about lean IT? Anyone has the experience or have heard about this lean IT thing nowadays? Let me talk about this. Okay, it's a very interesting topic, by the way, and everybody
Yes,
should be aware about it. Yeah, Amit, tell me.
Lean IT is basically a IT practice which like all the IT organization are following.
Correct. So, see, I don't want to go into the, some kind of process kind of thing. Okay, we are not here to learn the process or something. It's not the class of PMP or maybe any other stuff. It's a technical people here. I want, discuss about the same, but why it is important. Okay, why it is important. Uh, I hope you people have heard a lot of about SDN thing, and maybe there is a hype of automation, I will say, and everybody is talking about what are the important skills for future. I'm giving ourselves a term like IT network engineers or security engineers or F5 engineers, same thing. Okay, wherever you are fitting, maybe we can say same thing. So why these terms are coming into the picture nowadays? Anybody?
Because of automation
Only because of automation?
and software-defined networks.
Yeah. So that is the outcome, I will say. Okay. The software defined networks, the automation, all of these things are the outcome. But what is the main cause? What is the reason actually? Actual reason. So that reason will come from these lean IT principles. What I was talking about, lean IT, right? Lean IT principles. See, somebody refer to some kind of principles or practice in the information technology. Primary goal of this lean IT is to enhance the customer value. And let me just write down this word. Probably you people can, make more relevance out of it then. So the thing is enhance customer value. For now, you will say that okay, that should be. What is the harm in this? Let me write down the next line. By eliminating waste. Now, that is a very, very powerful three words. Okay. What is the waste here? If you understand that, probably you can exist into the network, or maybe whatever you say yourself a network engineer, F5 engineer, security engineer, cloud engineer, same thing. I will say everything is in the same bucket nowadays. Okay. By eliminating the waste, that is really a very powerful word. It's not by me, by the way. Okay, this is lean IT concept, and this is the term, by eliminating the waste. What is the waste? Overproduction is the waste. Waiting is the waste. Excessive processing is the waste. Defect is the waste. If we talk into the maybe their term. But what does waiting means? Waiting means delay in the workflows. Now we, as an manual person, doing something, let us say there is a migration of a project, okay, and we are putting the SNMP on all of the devices from the old company to the new company. Maybe I'm just giving a simple example, okay. So in term of lean IT, it is a waste. Why? We are wasting the number of hours, number of resources, and a lot of things, right? What should we do? We should enforce such a practice which eliminate these waste. So ultimately, we can say those resource which are not ready to adapt the new things is equivalent to the waste. Uh, that can be anybody, yeah. So see, either it is a good thing or no. What would be our future? Such questions can maybe come into your mind. First of all, I don't want to make you people afraid, okay, because I just saw that word keep moving. So I thought that okay, let us discuss in that way, okay. So what I was saying is, in the today's world, okay, when you are learning something, you should be aware either I should go for that or not. That was a time. I don't know if you people are maybe some of you are already aware that you are really having a very rich experience, but maybe somebody of you can be new. Okay, I didn't get your introduction yet. Probably I will talk about that introduction in a moment. But yeah, so those were the time when there was separate LAN team and separate WAN team. Who was here to pouch on that? So anybody is aware that there was separate LAN team and WAN team. LAN team doesn't work for the WAN work, and WAN team doesn't work for the LAN team. Anybody has shown that time?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
right. Then LAN WAN combined. So there was networking and security different teams for sure. Everybody has of you encounter that. But all of a sudden, networking security, one team. Then networking security cloud, one team. Then networking security DevOps, one team. So now is the time, my dear friends, that one should be jack of all trades and master of none. That is the demand of our. Okay, you should be aware of everything. Either you are master of one of them or two of them. That's a separate story. So your resume even will get rejected if you don't put couple of the keywords, right? So where we should focus, okay. Please do let me know if this topic is not relevant. I can skip this topic and come on the F5. If you feel like that, okay, yeah, it's a good one, I can keep continue.
Keep continue, sir. This is important, actually.
Okay, okay. So if we talk about what should we aware about, okay, let us say if you are going into the market and you are looking for the job. So very first thing in your resume, you should have one thing, that is network fundamentals. For sure, if you are a security guy, if you are a cloud guy, if you are a F5 guy, doesn't matter whatever technology you are in. Maybe if you even if you are a software developer, I will say you need to aware about IPv4, what it is all about. You should be aware about VLAN. You should be aware about trunking and all of these small stuffs, right? So network fundamentals is really a basic thing. So everybody should be aware about it. Okay. But yeah, if you are into the networking, for sure, you should aware about VXLAN, EVPN, these kind of, terminology. Even SDN, again, a very big topic. I am not touching those in a very good detail, okay, over here, because this class otherwise will go into some another direction. But I'm just giving you the overview. SDN, software defined networking. What it says, that whatever networking you are doing, in the layman term, I am saying, okay, whatever networking you are doing, that will be now derived by software. So when we talked about controllers, either it is Viptela, Versa, or whatever SD-WAN technology you pick, I am just talking about with respect to WAN currently, or LAN, whatever, okay, ACI or whatever thing. Everybody has the controller. What the controller is doing? Controller is nothing but on the but obvious, depending upon the routing principles, depending upon some kind of protocols that maybe we can say, like in Viptela we have some OMP kind of protocol. In Versa we have MPBGP which we are running off, right? Whatever protocols are there, underline there can be anything, but on the top there is a brain, and to that brain we are talking, right? And with this controller, how your communications are is really very important. How? So this is, I don't know if you people have heard about this term. Maybe I'm going into the deep, but that's fine. Northbound interface. Okay, it's named as northbound interface, which means how to control the controller. Getting my point? See, when your network expands, first of all, anything SD-WAN, SDN, or whatever you say, it's not for the small organization for sure. Okay, when you have the large or the complex network infrastructure and you need to handle a lot of things, only then you deploy such things, right? Otherwise it is not cost savvy, it is, you can say, waste of money, I will say. Okay, you can just purchase a lease line or a MPLS link or maybe whatever. Okay, but if you are going for such of the technologies like SD-WAN, okay, maybe any vendor we talk about, so at that time your organization should have a very good database in terms of networking devices, or in terms of maybe I will say applications or whatever you can say, right? So then your controller size will also get increase. This is your southbound, maybe I can say that area will get extend. So even you need to manage your controllers. So when I am talking about what skill you should have, the second skill I can write down over here is automation. Automation is really, really very important for everybody. Okay, so I don't know if you are doing it correct currently in your organization or no. So it's not vendor specific again. Either you are running on F5, you are running on Polo, Checkpoint, okay, any vendor, any technology, everybody has their I will say API calls. Now a new thing is, probably you people have heard about it, but if not, then it's good to know about. See, earlier we were using CLI. Now the new CLI is named as API, Application Programming Interface. Okay. Again, not a very good or very hard things to do. Very easy if you will understand about it. But yeah, one should be aware about automation. So if you are doing SDN, SDN is what? Software defined networking. So it is abstracting the automation ability to influence the traffic flow on the overlays, regardless of your underlays. That underlay is really now doesn't matter. So people are moving towards the internet. There is again another very big topic which is running on, will MPLS will go away because of this SDN? By the way, there is no clear answer for the same, because we cannot just replace the complete MPLS for sure. But yeah, there will be an impact for sure. There will be an impact on MPLS. Okay, but one skill what you should be aware of. Third, Linux. Why Linux? Anybody? I am working on F5. I am working on Cisco. I am working on Polo. I am working on Fortinet. But you should be aware of Linux. Why? Anybody?
Most of the devices based on Linux
For sure.
because of that, probably.
Underneath operating system is the Linux. Now, if you are Palo, maybe I don't know about Palo, maybe Pan OS or something. Okay, if you have F5 TMOS, okay, if you have Cisco iOS XE, NXOS or whatever, okay, if you have Arista or whatever device, whatever vendor, what is the underneath technology? That is Linux. And sooner or later, I don't know, maybe it is correct time for you people or no, but sooner or later, you should be aware about these terminologies. At least how to open the file using the VI editor, through the nano editor, through, probably I will show you this in F5 class also, don't worry. Like if you see, there is our, this is our lab. Okay, in the lab we have the Linux server, and we will be utilizing couple of the small these all kind of terms what I am saying to you, we will be gonna use that. Okay, but the thing is, Linux is really very important, and especially if you are aware about bash scripting. Okay, maybe you can able to schedule couple of the task over the devices, with respect to the devices, right? It's not be a centralized thing, but yeah, over the device, if you wanted to see something, maybe wanted to get some kind of statistics, some kind of traffic utilization or something like that, you can, it will be very easy for you. Next, TCP/IP. See, I know from the CCNA level we used to heard about this term TCP/IP, but believe me, very important, guys, very important. If you are looking for the business, it means it's TCP/IP. Okay, whenever you are running any application, what is that? TCP/IP, correct? So these are the things. Okay, maybe we are going somewhere else, but yeah, that was just keep moving forward introduction, but leave that. Now let's come to the introduction of you people. Okay, I can see there are a lot of people are over here. Please introduce about yourself, just like what is your name, by the way, that I can see. But even if you wanted to say, yeah, you can go ahead, and how much experience you have, what you are looking for this FI LTM GTM ASM course. Okay, just maybe few lines, 3 or 4 lines, starting with you, Amit. Please go ahead.
I'm Ismail, sir. I do have more than 6 years of experience,
Okay,
so I would like to learn more about the FI and automation kind of thing. That is the reason I'm joining.
thank you, Ismail. From which country you are?
I'm from India, actually, just
India.
on site at the moment. Yeah,
Okay, so where in UAE?
UK.
UK. Okay, great, great. So it should be a morning hours for you. Good
Yeah,
morning.
it's 6:30.
Okay, good morning then.
Good
Okay,
morning.
so who's next? Akram?
No, it's okay, fine, sir. We can start.
Okay,
Okay, so today we are here for F
learn about FI.
how to work F5.
Yes. So we will be gonna talk about FI. Don't worry. Though we were, going through some other things, but yeah, we will be learn about the FI. Don't worry.
So my question is where we keep F5 devices in infra. Did you get my point?
I got your point perfectly. Very,
Like
very good
for
question.
example,
No, no, very, very good question. I will come to that. Don't worry. I
uh,
will be describing about that.
I'm telling you one more thing. For example, as a Cisco, we have access switch, distribution switch, then core switches. Okay. So I know all the way where is the role of for distribution switch and where they can keep. Same like that, where we keep F5 devices inside infra in data center.
Very good question. Okay, let's come to that first.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks.
maybe we
Thank
will be gonna talk about others introduction later on. First, let me just describe about it. Very, very good question, by the way. See, one thing you need to understand what FI do. Okay, probably F5 here we will be learning about LTM, GTM, and ASM. These three. Okay. So LTM GTM ASM is for application delivery controller, which means just you can just currently you can understand with respect to the load balancer, although it's do a lot of more jobs, but currently you can understand it is a load balancer. GTM again does a very, very good thing with respect to the DNS regulation. I will be coming to that into the GTM introduction later on. ASM is bit like, you can say, WAF, which is web application firewall, remove the layer 7 vulnerabilities. Okay. So one thing you should be aware, that when we are using F5, it means we are putting it in front of the servers. Where to put F5, that is another question. First you need to understand this. F5 will come before the servers. I am talking about the logical topology. For sure, there can be some access switches, there can be a firewall in between the servers and F5. There can be. Okay, I am just giving the logical topology. Now, when traffic will come, let us say there is some customers. Okay, these customers are coming through the internet, intranet, extranet, whatever. Okay, when traffic will come over the F5, F5 will see which server is less utilized. If it is server 1, it will send the traffic to server 1. If it is server 2, it may send the traffic to the server 2. Okay, this thing is clear to everybody. I hope you should be aware about this, at least about the same, that what is the job of load balancer. That is a prerequisite which I think so that you people should be aware of. Okay, this thing is clear, Akram? Yes or no so far?
Yes, yes, fine.
Okay, now let's proceed further. F5 will be placed in your data center. I'm just talking about a generic data center. Okay, the design can be vary again depending upon project to project, depending upon cost to cost. But I am just giving a generic design. Okay, so no thumb rule, no cross questioning. It's a generic design I am giving you. Let us say there is a layer, maybe some solution, Arbor solution, IPS, IDS for your DOS or DDoS kind of attack. Okay, then your link will be get terminated because you took the name of Cisco. I am just saying ASR, ISR, whatever routers these are, which are containing your link. Again, there can be some switch also here. There can be firewall directly. We are not going to those kind of detailing. Okay, there can be a number of design which can exist. I am just giving you a general design. Then generally what happened, again I am removing a lot of layers. There would be a firewall. Okay, after firewall there will be F5, and after F5 there will be servers. There can be n number of devices in between. Maybe if you have an optimization, if you have some kind of external proxy, if you have some more firewalls for internal network, for internet network, agree, those can be. But this is the logical topology which generally you should aware of how F5 will place in your data center. Any question? Akram, is this clear to you?
Yes.
Yes. Sunit, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. So I just want to ask, like some companies, they keep firewall after the F5 also, like before the servers.
Yes. So that
So
is what I was saying. You can have internet, you can have internal or the server farm. You can say server side. Okay. Generally, you can have two different firewall, or how the traffic can be. Traffic is coming on the F5, F5 is sending back to the firewall, and firewall is sending this traffic to the server. Getting my point? So depending upon design to design, about the costing, you can have a lot of design which can be possible. And you are right, there can be a firewall which ideally should be. Any other question? See, let me talk about. Let us say you have a server. Okay, you have a server. This server is hosting an application. Just an hypothetical name I am giving, xyz.com. Currently, xyz.com is running on 10.10.10.1. This is an public application, so for sure you cannot give this IP to the external users. External users should have some public IP. It is a private IP over here, right? So in for external world, I'm just again hypothetically taking a IP 1.1.1.1. So when these guys will try to resolve xyz.com, it will go to xyz.com. Okay, xyz.com will get resolved to 1.1.1.1. Let us say this is on the same data center. I don't want to include the DNS concept over here, otherwise you people will maybe get confused. This thing is going to our router. From router it is going to the firewall, and firewall is doing the net that when some traffic is coming for 1111, you need to send it 10.10.10.1. Okay, and this traffic from the firewall is going to the server, and that is how your current setup is there for application traffic handling. Any question in this setup? Then I will explain a more thing over there. Any question, guys? No? Fine. Now, same setup, but my application is in use so much, I cannot handle this traffic with respect to one single server. I need to make it in HA or redundancy. So let us say I just onboard 2 more servers. Okay, traffic is very much. Again, there is a switch I am putting over here. This is a switch. Same application xyz.com. Server's IP will be 10.10.10.1, 10.10.10.2, 10.10.10.10.3. Before there, now I am putting a load balancer for sure. We are learning about F5. I will be using F5, F5. And from here, F5 is connected like that. Before F5, there is a firewall. Then maybe there is a router. Okay, same thing. Now see how the migration will actually happen, that I will tell later on in our class, don't worry. But I am just giving you an overview. Same users from the, let us say maybe iNet cloud is coming now. They are getting resolved with 11111, no change coming on the router. Router will forward on the firewall. Over the firewall, now we need to make the little change. We cannot go on to the specific server. We will say go to something maybe 192.168.1.1. Again, some hypothetical IP I am taking, which is on my F5, and this is named as VIP. Probably I am just taking a word virtual server, which will come on F5. Now F5 will see that, okay, with respect to this IP or this specific application, I have 3 pool members or maybe 3 servers. You can understand if you don't aware about those terms. 3 servers exist. And again, depending upon the less traffic, who is entertaining the less traffic, again, there is a lot of things for the load balancing, but I don't want to give you much and more information. Let us say server 2 is less utilized. The traffic will go to the server 2. Server 2 will send the response. Okay, so this request is going to the server 2, and server 2 will send the response. This response will come from the firewall, through the firewall over the router, through the router will go back to the client. So if client is sending some request, how the response is coming, I hope you people can able to understand now. So there are multiple times NAT which is happening. Over the firewall there is some NAT happening, over the F5 there is some NAT is happening. There is a full proof packet flow I will show you later on. Okay, we will talk about destination NAT, we will talk about SNAT, that is secure NAT, but source NAT also people used to say. We will be going to talk about those, why those are important, what the problem can be there if we are not ticking mark those kind of things. Lot of stuff will come into the picture. But what I'm trying to say, I hope you people are able to get. Any questions so far? Akram, I hope I answered your question. Am I audible, guys?
Yes,
Uh,
you're
yes, you
Yes.
are audible.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Thank you. So that is how maybe your request will go. Again, GTM is having some more features like whatever I am showing you within a same data center I am currently showing you. But generally, you don't have a same data center allocated. Let us say if your data center in USA, okay, if some China people, if some person from India, from Australia, or from Middle East, okay, MEA, is going to the USA and from USA coming back this request, see how many latency it will be, right? So for your bigger applications, you cannot have a single data center. That is the reason like people are moving on the cloud also, but that is a separate story. If we understand, even cloud is also a data center, it is for somebody else, right? So what the thing is, the same application will be across different region, named as distributed applications, okay, architecture. So it can be in, let us say, in USA region, in Europe region, in Australia, or in the Middle East, or maybe in APAC, okay, wherever it can be. So how to load balance among those data centers is the excellence of your GTM solution that I will be going to describe in our GTM class. Okay, then your business is now digitalized, which means running on the applications, running on the websites, everything. If you see, generally people are, the trend is as such that people are moving to the digitalization. Even if I will say, if you go to the atta chakki, even they have their own floor mill I am talking about. So they do have their own applications. So okay, install this application and such rewards point you will get. See how the digitalization is happening, especially before after the corona, I will say. Okay, it's really very much. So when such a huge traffic is coming on the internet, similarly associated risks and attacks are also coming on the internet. I am not talking about the small application, but if you talk about the giants, solar wind attack, you talk about Facebook attack, you talk about Yahoo, you talk about maybe a big giants, LinkedIn, right? These, even these applications which are running by a well governed organizations, I will say, who are aware about security, but they are also getting hacked, which means layer 7 attack is really very important. And in any organization, if you are working on the vulnerabilities, okay, you are mitigating such kind of things, such kind of attacks, your value will always get increased. See, if you are working on layer 3, that's good, you are providing the connectivity. But if you are working on layer 7, it means you have some something to represent to the higher management, because higher management will see, they don't see about the issues on these things, right? How much tickets you have resolved, they will see with respect to the Excel. Okay, how much monetization part you are dealing with, maybe commercial I will talk about. So how much money or how much thing is you are saving. So with respect to these attacks, they demand a lot huge money. Okay, they really demand a hell money. So if you are able to mitigate such attacks and you are showing it by the report, see these kind of attacks were happening, or somebody was trying with some these kind of attacks, and due to our due intelligence or maybe proactiveness, we have saved such a huge amount of risk. So that will get count for sure. right? So that part will come into the ASM. I hope you people are making out like what we will be gonna do into LTM GTM ASM, and how, what are the roles of these three components and why they are important to us. I hope yes, yeah. Getting clarity, guys? Yes, no, please.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. So that is how our these terminology will come into the picture. And for sure, on the F5, you will do the automation. For sure, on the F5, there is a lot of work on the TCP/IP. Okay, because it's your application. You are somewhere, dealing with the sorry, you are dealing with the application over here. Okay, so your visibility will be high in this case. Fair enough. We have talked a lot more around the overviews. Let's go further. We were talking about the introduction, Sanit. Maybe if you can introduce yourself. Sunit? No? Okay, fine. Let's wrap up the introduction then. Let's move ahead.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, myself, Amit, and overall, I have 3+ years of experience in
Mhm.
network as well as security domain. So basically, I started my career in networking, like doing basic stuffs in as a NOC engineer. Then
Okay.
later on, I moved to security part. I was a part of security engineer, managing 48 firewall implementation works and upgradation, these type of stuffs.
Got you. Thank you. Thank you, Amit, for your introduction. Okay. Patrick and Charles, I am already aware of. So those people also having a good experience in networking and security domain, and even they are cracked with F5 101, if I'm not wrong. 102 also, Patrick or Roma? 101, or which all certifications you have already done?
Are you asking to me?
No, no, to the
Uh,
Patrick and Roma.
101 and 21.
101 and 2. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Sunit. Go ahead. You wanted to say something, Sunit?
Yes, sir. I will give a quick introduction. Actually, I'm parallelly working on a DR activity.
Mm-hmm.
So I,
Not yet. Not yet.
so, sir, uh, I am working as a L3 engineer.
Okay.
I have close to 10 years of experience. I have worked on various vendors.
Mm-hmm.
So my day-to-day work area is like I work on SIM solutions. I work on F5, but yeah, now it's some time I have not worked on F5. So that
Mm-hmm.
is the reason I went to brush up the skills again. So, but mainly I work on proxies, load balance, sorry, proxies, firewalls, SIM solutions, email gateway. So I had like exposure also to different kind of vendor and also working on projects. So like a mixed kind of a role I'm playing now
Got you.
for the
Got you.
past
Got you.
1 year.
Thank you, Sunit. Thank you for your introduction. Just FYI, guys, my name is Radhevarma. Okay, those who are aware, that's good. Who are not, that's fine. My name is Radhevarma, and I am working in engineering team. Okay, from past maybe approximately 16.5 years, I will say. Okay, and again, I teach CCNA Enterprise. Okay, then in automation, Python. Then for sure your LTM GTM ASM, cloud, AWS, Azure kind of stuff. Okay, and maybe Nexus also, wireless also, and there are a lot more technologies, but yeah, that is my short journey. For sure, in this class we will be considering on these three topics depending upon on which part you are currently reading about. Okay, so let's see our lab now.
Yes, sir, one quick question. So you're including Python in this training, or is it
Uh,
just
no, no, I was just saying that what I do teach
ah,
Python is a separate course. Okay,
ah,
so you, if you wish, you can just join that course as well. But yeah, in this training we are dealing with LTM GTM ASM, and if you people will say we can include Python as well. Okay, so that
okay.
will depend upon, maybe we can talk about the same thing with Myra ma'am. Okay, she will be giving you the updates when our new batches are upcoming batches are there for different things. So there are different trainers also, like for 14 and for, you know, different trainers are available. So if you wish, you can attend those courses as well. Okay, let's come to our lab now. Okay, we need to understand the concept of the lab. So here, if you see, in our lab, we have some of the devices. This particular device is the Windows machine, which you can see. It will act as a two thing. One, it is act as a jump host. I hope everybody of you are aware, in the organization there is some kind of jump host, or there is a centralized point from where we can take the management. Okay, we can say for the centralized management. Centralized management. It means if I need to manage this device, this device, or whatever device, okay, I can manage through it directly. For sure, I have console as well, so I don't require all of the devices, but the devices for which I need the GUI connectivity to check, like this server can act as a web server also. So if I need to check the web services of this server, any of this server, okay, I can just take the login over here and I can quickly check either it is responding or not. Same thing goes with our devices, Fi devices. Okay, so we have two Fi devices where I can check the connectivity if GUI part is coming or no. Simply, you need to start it by clicking on right click. Everybody of you will get this lab for sure. Okay, so just right click and start, like here, right click and start. Okay, here, right click and start. Here, right click and start. I'm just giving you a demo how you need to access the devices. Now after some time, in your case it will be bit like HTML console, which the console is there. So when you are opening, when you will open this, it will open like this. Okay, you can see it's showing you starting the window, and in some time your Windows server will get boot up, and you can just maybe do whatever things you are doing, bit like in your day-to-day machines. Okay, nothing new. Rest of the devices, you can take the console through the bit like, maybe you can say SSH kind of stuff. Okay, so this is the console access of this switch. If I will show IP interface brief command, you can see there is some configuration which we have done. Okay, on which thing that I will be going to talk about. If you see this server form, again you can see this is server switch. Show IP interface brief, is there is anything? No. Okay, simple. Linux machine, if I will just see, you can check it is an Ubuntu machine. Okay, so there are different flavors of Linux available in the market. I hope you people are aware. Username and password should be root. Again, you will get the workbook for the same. Okay, don't worry. But I am just trying to show you. Now, let us say if you need to change the network setting for Linux machine, you can use an editor named as vi editor, and you can go to that path, Bit like in Windows machine, you have some folders, same like I am putting out the path. etc network, if I am not network interfaces. This is the path. Okay. So when I will open this file, which shows that my interfaces file is under the network directory, and network directory is into the etc directory, and I'm opening it with the VI editor. Here I can write down the nano thing also. Okay, nano editor also I can use. So you can use any of the editor depending upon your. Just give me a minute, guys. There is a call which is important. Give me a minute. Okay, so what I was talking, huh. I was saying that you can have a nano editor as well. Okay, so these are two editors. Need not to be get confused into the same. It is bit like you are logging into the device through the putty, through the secure putty, or through any other platform. So do not get confused. I will be using VI because it's easy to use. Now, what is the command? Command is very simple. You need to go over here, need to write down VI, then etc, then I am putting only N and putting tab. Nothing is coming, NET tab, and you can see whole network is coming. Here I am writing down I and putting tab, nothing, because there might be a lot of things. If I put 2 times tab, it will show me. See, these all are the things are there. In which thing you wanted to go? Maybe I wanted to go in IN, and then I am putting tab. You can able to see it is showing me interface. Put enter. Something is wrong. I'm putting escape. Okay, here you go. What happened? In which file I was? I was into the correct file. Swap file dot ltp. Open. Okay. So maybe something breaked over there. Let me maybe wipe out this. In your topology, it will be wipe out means any configuration whatever is there, just clean that. Okay, I just clean everything from here, and I'm starting it up again because earlier files was getting mismatched. Okay, now I'm booting it up again. Let me show you the same thing. Okay, but you need to understand what I am doing. If you are aware, that's fine, that's good. If you are not, probably you should be aware what I am doing. So I am just assigning a IP address, root. Okay. VI is an editor, as I told you. In the etc, I need to go into the network. I need to go into the interfaces. Okay, now you can see it's working fine. Now I am into the file. To make the change, I need to press I, which means insert mode. Okay, I am in insert mode, and post that I can make the changes. Somehow what happened is this can be a static, it can be a dynamic address also. For sure, if you have DSCP, you will be having a dynamic IP. If you have static, most 99.99% server does not have dynamic IPs, because IP should not get changed on the servers. So it should be a static only. But I am just telling, if there is some requirement, it happens. Okay, the dynamic IPs also exist. It doesn't like that it never happens. It may happen. So you can see there is some interface, and this is static, and now there is an IP address. I am changing the IP address because I am aware about the topology, but soon I am telling about the topology. Don't worry. Okay, on which behalf I am putting this IP address, I am gonna talk about it. Okay, but currently I am just trying to show you how to utilize your VI editor. So what I did, I said that I am assigning an IP which is 10.10.30.11. Net mask is /24. I hope these terms are okay for everybody. And this is my gateway. For sure, this thing, if I will talk about, this should be, the gateway should be here. Gateway should be either this device, but in my case I am putting it as an only L2. So my gateway will be this device. Okay. And since this server form, it is internal to my network. So I am using a VLAN 30, whose IP will be 10.10.30.x from the term /24. I will be putting this specific, interface in VLAN 30. And on this is a switch, by the way. On this switch, I will create a interface of VLAN 30 with the IP 10.10.30.1, and all the Linux machine will pointing out to this specific gateway. Any question in this topology, please ask. Clear to everybody? Okay,
Yes.
fine. So what I was talking, like this. Now, to save this file, what you need to do, you need to write down escape, and after escape colon, and you need to write down that, okay, write this file. If you don't want to save this file and you wanted to quit out, you just only can quit out. So write quit or quit depending upon you. So to save, you need to write down WQ and exclamation sign. Same thing I am gonna use over here because I wanted to write down. I am putting escape, then I am putting colon, WQ, and exclamation sign. Now this ARP and all of these things can occur over there. I don't want to be an issue for the same. I am just rebooting. Please do not try this thing in the production environment. Okay, this is a lab environment. I can reboot. So I am just rebooting this machine. Now let me check. This should be the part of default VLAN 1 probably, if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Show VLAN 1, show VLANs. Okay, everything is the part of VLAN 1. That's fine. I don't want to make any change. Let it be a layer 2. E2 by 1 should be the part of VLAN 30. Let me go to this firewall, which is giving me the wrong exemption. It's a switch, but that's fine. You can see it's a part of VLAN 30. Now for VLAN 30, I should have a VLAN 30 interface, and yes, I do have VLAN 30 interface. Now once my machine is up, it should ping the default gateway. Let me check. Ping 10.10.30.11, which is myself. I can ping 30.1. I can ping. Okay, so this is a simple thing. Later, now on this window machine and this firewall thing, we are using another VLAN. How many VLANs, by the way, what we are using is, let me talk about, you people will get to know about it very easily. One is for the management topology will use 10.10.10x/24. Okay, second, for external network, which represents to the users who are coming from internet. Since we are not simulating the internet completely, because otherwise we need to use public IP and we need to use a lot of things, I'm just saying that external users are from 10.10.20x. Third, for my internal setup, I can say internal vision. I will be using 10.10.30.x/24, and then for sure when we will be building up HA in between them, we can use 1.1.1.0/30/29. Again about this slash. Now what should be the case in the production environment, I will be gonna talk about in the class. Don't worry. Okay, but yeah, in our lab topology, we are utilizing like that. And for sure for HA also, I am using complete /24 because we can use anything. So for HA, we are using 10.10.40.x/24. Any question? VLAN schema is clear, and this is VLAN 10, this is VLAN 20, this is VLAN 30, this is VLAN 40. Everything is in written. You will get the workbook. You can able to understand what I am telling you. It will be written over there. Don't worry. Need not to cram anything. Need not to make the notes. You will get the workbook. Okay, for this specific lab setup. Okay, so don't worry about the same. But I hope you people are getting what I am trying to tell. Any question? No? Fine. Now let's see what is there on Ethernet 2.0. I'm going on something which is named as firewall show run interface. It's 2.0, and you can see it's VLAN 10, which is for management. And if I will see the IP, it will be 10.10.10.1. So which means my window machine should have a 10.10.10 IP. Let me quickly check by going on and see going into the network adapters, and maybe this is the one. There are two adapters, by the way. So you can see there is an IP 10.10.10 range. So 10.10.10.150 we are putting the IP. Okay, let me maybe unlock this lab. Give me a minute. Let me just, for you people, let me label this 10.10.150. No, 10.10.150/24. Okay, so this is the IP of the window machine. Yeah, and let me label this also so that you people can able to understand. 10.10.30.11/24. So this is VLAN 30 for sure. The third octet is the VLAN number. Okay, so this is your VLAN number. Okay, let me log this. So far, any doubt, guys? Any question? No? Fine. Now this machine, Windows machine, okay, is the part of management VLAN, as I told you. Now it has two NICs. One NIC is going on the internet to provide the internet service, because you need to license these F5 servers. Okay, to license this, you required internet service. So that is the reason on the host box we are providing the internet. Second leg is the part of management. Although if I need to go for the external, or if I need to go for the internal, then what? I am using two static routes. By the way, those who are aware, that's good. If you are not, we can put static routing on the Windows machine as well. How? I will tell you. Okay. So I am using two static routes on this window machine for your uh, internal and external routes. It means if some external route is coming, which is 10, 10, 20.x, if some internal route traffic is coming 10, 10, 30x, it will send it to the firewall, so-called firewall. Getting my point? And from the firewall or whatever switch, this is aware because it has the ARP entry. Let us say if we have 10, 10, 30, 11. So if we go to the firewall, and we will say, okay, show IP up. It is aware where I need to send. Can you see? So your firewall is having the complete architecture topology. So this is a simulation of a small network in your production environment. There can be lot of components in between for sure, but I am just trying to tell you how the with minimum components, how this whole setup will work. Any questions so far? Please feel free to ask. No? Okay. Let me show you on the Windows machine what we are doing. So this is internet side. I am just using the DHCP thing. Okay, obtain an IP address automatically, and that should be having some NAT cloud or something. So it might be, if I will show you command prompt, ipconfig is the command. I hope you people are aware to check out the IP address, and you can see one IP it has allocated automatically. Can you see 10.0.137 something, right? Default gateway is also there, and this is 10.10.150 which we did. If I will try to ping my 10.10.30.11, it should be pingable because root is already there, but how to add that route I will talk about. So you can see 10.10.30.11, which is in different VLAN, is pingable. How? Very simple connectivity. Okay, from server I am saying this is the default gateway. From this machine I am saying this is the default gateway, and this default gateway is aware how to send the routes to one another. So that is the reason your layer 2 layer 3 connectivity is okay. Any question, feel free to ask, please. Okay, now let me show you the command how to add the routes in the Windows. So there is a, again, this is a syntax which you need to adhere as it is. You need to write down like route, add whatever your subnet, what is your mask, and then your uh, gateway. I am forgetting something. I need to talk. See that. Okay, but you will get this command into your workbook. Gateway, and you need to give the gateway. In our case, the gateway will be, because I am using the management link, I am sending it in the management VLAN, and this VLAN I will be adding for the internal and external VLANs. Let me show you. Okay. So you can check the routing table by route print was the command. I need to see again route print. Yeah, like that. So if you see 4.10.10.20 net mask slash 24, gateway is 10.10.10.1, 4.10.10.30 slash 24, gateway is 10.10.10.1. And by that way, I am able to open that Linux machine through my PC, and if I will try to see that using my GUI services, and you can see, so this message is coming from my Linux machine 1. Okay, you can see it's showing you server 1. Same thing, if I will do for the server 2, there will be server 2. If I will do for the server 3, there will be for server 3. This setting, whatever you see this, okay, this is into the index page, which by default is there. That is the reason I wiped out the machine, but still this is showing me the same message. Why? Because it is by default into its configuration. You can make the change of that. Okay, for sure. I will talk about those files type, how to make the changes into those file types. Messages you can customize for sure. Okay, and that is how your lab will work. Any questions so far? Please feel free to ask. Anybody? Any question, please? Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Great. Now then you see we have FI devices for sure. We are starting with LTM. Again, I am right clicking on that, starting this device. It will take some time to boot up, but I need to explain about these shit. Okay, why there are some of the ports, what is the functionality. If you are aware, that's fine. If you are not, good learning. Okay, see, whenever you have your FI box, okay, please be noted, ether channel you can create if such question will come into your picture. I am not talking about those terminologies currently, but I am just talking about a simple thing. Okay, here also, okay, let me maybe create two diagrams. Otherwise, you people will have some doubts. So I need to clear those as well. Let us say there is a firewall. After the firewall, there is F5. After the F5, there is again a firewall, and then somehow it is connecting to the servers. Okay. Then you need to take the management of the F5 device, and there can be HF the F5 device. How many ports you can see here? One is from where the external traffic is coming. One is where it is going to the server form, right? One is in between the two devices. One is for your management. So how many ports you can see in this particular diagram? Simple question, huh?
4.
4. So the basic 4 is for your external, for your internal traffic, for your HA or redundancy, whatever you wanted to say, and or failover maybe, okay, failover, and for your management. Okay, let me talk about these VLANs size. What should be the size? That is a separate class altogether. I will be going to talk about that later on. But currently, I am just explaining that one architecture is existing into the market. It is named as two arm, dual arm, inline architecture, or bit like lot of names. Okay, so this is how your F5 can be placed, which means that for external traffic there is a separate arm altogether, for internal traffic there is a separate arm, for redundancy you have a separate arm, and for management you have a separate. Contrary to this, you can have a setup like this. See, the server can be anywhere, but I am just to make you distinguish between the diagrams. I am creating like that. External traffic is coming from here. Internal traffic again going to the firewall for the scanning, and firewall is sending it to the server. So how many ports? Same question. You can able to see here, guys. Simple question, huh? How many ports on the F5?
It's on F5 3.
3. So one is for
Manage.
external, internal. One is for management. Yes, you are right. One is for HA or failover, whatever you say. This is named as single arm, one arm, whatever name you wanted to give her. One arm, single arm, howsoever you wanted to say. It is bit equivalent to somebody was saying about 3-layer architecture, right? Core, distribution, access. Okay. So we have some kind of 3-tier architecture, and then somewhere we can just make these as two layer as one, and it is named as collapsed core. Yes or no? Have you heard about these terms? Yes, no, please. Collapsed core.
Yes.
Similarly, here what we are doing, we are utilizing the same like for the external and internal traffic. Again, there can be a bundle of the link. I'm not coming on that part for sure. There should be. Okay. But I'm just trying to talk about the logical diagram. This is named as one arm. And both kind of setup can exist into the production. Okay. So again, VLANs is a question, IP address schema is a question which I cannot consider in this class. I will be during our next classes. But I hope you people are able to relate how much ports we are needed with F5 device. Yes or no, please.
Can you repeat, sir? What did you ask?
How many minimum ports we required with F5? I hope you are getting an idea, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Here port schema, port C. if you are from Cisco world, so in Cisco, you get the port like it one by one, or maybe fast it, or maybe gig it, or maybe 10 gig, 25 gig, 40 gig, even 100 gig, right? Those kind of stuff is there. Here in F5, you will see like that 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, 2.8. Okay. I will be going to talk about this as well later on in the class. Don't worry. I will be explaining about those, not now. But yeah, there is little bit difference, I will say. Okay. With respect to the Cisco, if you are from the Cisco world, you will see a little difference. Okay. But in the end, how packet move, how your traffic should get exit or comes under the device is a same phenomena. Okay, now check out, where is my lab? Check out the lab. I hope now need not to explain to you why there are 4 ports. Okay, first port is for management, second external traffic, third internal traffic, fourth HA, both of the device. So, but obvious, this port should be the part of VLAN 10, management VLAN. It is external, it should be the part of VLAN 20, external VLAN. This is internal, this should be the part of VLAN 30. This is HA, should be the part of VLAN 40. Getting the lab topology, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, over here, let me see if it get booted. Fine, it is. Root, in my case, the password is NetMinion because this is an old device. But in your case, just FYI, F5 is can be worked on the CLI, and F5 you can work on GUI. Default password for both are different. Here the the default. Here the username will be root and default is the password. Here the username will be admin and password will be the admin for GUI access. Okay, so if you are using the CLI access, this credentials you need to use. If you are using the GUI access, you need to use these credentials. Okay, these are the default, I will say default, because it is an old I have already configured this device, so you can see little bit difference. But don't worry, I will be wiping out my this device. Okay, I will just get wipe it out, and probably I will be teaching you on primary LTM. Okay, but just to show you, on secondary item you can see LTM device, you can see how the screen looks like. Here also I don't want to give you more information about it, but even in the CLI there is different class dedicated to it. Please ignore. Okay, but I am just telling you just for your information. There is a bash thing which is Linux based command, and you wanted to go into the TMOS, which is operating system, traffic management operating system, by the way, which is developed by your F5. So to go into that, you can write down TMSH, which means traffic management shell. I wanted to go into the TMOS. So I'm just showing you. Okay. Here, if you see ls, what is this command? This is a command to show the files content in the Linux system. And since I am into the bash, I am running a Linux based command. But if I wanted to go into the TMOS, which is the traffic management operating shell, I can write down TMS H, and I will be going into the TMOS. Here the commands will be bit like equivalent to the Cisco. You can see that kind of flavor. Okay, not completely, but you can like show, run, running config, and it is saying that okay, such a huge topology you wanted to see or no. I'm just pressing Q, by the way. Okay, but those kind of flavor you can see, like if I wanted to say show and I am putting tab, it will show me that there are a lot of things what you wanted to go. Maybe in LTM I wanted to go, when I can put question mark, and you can see same like Cisco, right? you can able to see those kind of things like show LTM, maybe whatever you think you wanted to go, maybe in the virtual address if you wanted to go virtual, okay, then question mark, lot of things. Okay, you can go into that during our class when I will be gonna talk about CLI commands. Don't want to bombard you, don't worry. Okay, bash. So far, any question, guys? So when your device will boot up, which I am not doing today, okay, in case of F5, what is the first thing we need to do? We need to put the management IP. Although by default there is an 192.168 1 dot, it should be 245 if I'm not wrong. This IP address is the by default IP with which your F5 send it by default. I know the hex of this IP is F5. Okay, so some people are used to say they have their theory that F5 is just putting their marketing by putting such kind of IP. Okay, because hexadecimal if you will convert it will be into the F5. So you can put either your device into the same VLAN/24 IP address, by the way it is. So either you can do like that, or if you have console access, you can change the IP address and you can take the accessibility of that IP. Currently, since this is an old device, as I told you, if I will show you, please ignore the command for now. List sys management IP. Currently, I am just trying to see what IP I am having on the device 10.10.101. If I will go into my 10.10, what was it? It was 10, 10.10.10.101. Okay. If I will go into this 10.10.10.101, you can see this is the GUI access. Okay. Because it is self-signed certificate, that is the reason it is not showing to you, but that's fine. I will be going to explain about SSL thing later on. Currently you can see license is expired for this device, because this device, as I told you last class, maybe was in October. So after 11th I didn't do anything on this device. So 11th of November license got expired. For sure, in the production environment, licensing whatever you will take is a different story, because that is associated with some kind of cost. Here, when you need to do with the lab, this is free of cost. F5 team is promoting their learning to you people, that okay, you just do whatever stuff you wanted to learn. They give you the trial keys for 1 month. Okay, so what is the process? I am just giving an overview of the process. For sure you people should be aware of. If you are aware, that's fine. If you are not, I am just giving you the overview. You need to log in into the F5 portal, where that link also I will give you in a moment. Please have some patience, but you need to understand the process first. You need to log in into the F5 portal. There you need to give the very correct detail. What I mean to say with the correct detail, that let us say you are from India and you are currently in Australia. You need not to specify that you are from India. You need to give the country detail where you are currently is. Why? Because F5 team will validate with your IP address, and if there is some kind of clash, even a little clash, they will not issue the keys to you, and you need to get follow up with them. And for sure, this is a free service, and for free service such kind of support will get delay. I hope you people are aware about it, right? So give the perfect details wherever you are. Give those details. Okay, then it will also ask that okay, are you downloading it with respect to some government organization? I hope none of you are from the government. If you are, then you can select yes, but if you are not, please read that. Don't blindly select anything. Say no. Okay, Otherwise, again, your keys can be on hold because there are different set of parameters or conditions with respect to the government entities. Okay, so you will select no. You need to do put out this stuff. I will be gonna give you the glimpse of each and everything. Don't worry, I will be showing you in the class. Okay, I will be creating the keys also with respect to the same in the class only. But currently, I am just telling you when your this setup is completed, they will give you a keys. Let us say such kind of key will come x x x x y y y y, any number. Okay, I'm just putting any number. This key is very first thing what you should have. Very first thing. Second thing, you need to go into your device like I was showing you over here. If you see, can you see this device? In the device you need to, like I am clicking on reactivate. In your case it should be only activate. Why? Because very first time you are doing. Can you see this base registration key? This is how a key will be get allocated to you. So you need to put key over here, and there are some few more steps to do the licensing that again I will be talking about with you real time. I will show you everything. But if you are still so much interested, I can tell you, go to the NetMinion blog, F5 license key. What is that? What happened with it? Oops, DNS got changed for the same. Okay, I will check and I will ensure that it should be working within 10 or 15 minutes after the class. Okay, so someone change the DNS. I need to uh, you know sort out that mesh. Again, the developer team, they do a lot of things in the background. Fine. So I will give these links to you people. You can see there how all these things happens. But those who are registered with the class, you need not to worry about anything because real time I will be showing you each and every step by step configuration how I will be doing it. So far, any question to anybody? Please feel free to ask in this lab or with respect to the training maybe. Am I audible, guys?
Yes. How many hours you're going to teach, sir? 1.5 hour?
So this training will be go from 1.5 hours to the 2 hours, depending
Same
upon
timing
same time from 12
on Saturday and Sunday.
on Saturday and Sunday on the weekend. Yes.
So how much duration is going to be altogether for three
See,
LTM?
you can take, I'm just giving a rough idea, it can be more also. You just pick up minimum, I am just saying, minimum 15
Yeah.
hours. So 15 to 3, at least 45 hours, and it can be more.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
at least 15 hours we need for, any new technology. That is must. Yes, go ahead, Sunit.
yeah. So you will be covering multi-partitioning.
So, uh, okay, let me tell you one thing. When we are talking about Cisco VRF or maybe VPC, VSS, those are partitioning only, or even VPN V4 if you have worked upon on the MPLS. Okay, so partitioning is not a very big topic, very small topic that we will cover only in maybe 15 to 20 minutes if you are aware about those topologies. Answer is yes. If you want yes or no, yes. Okay.
And the route domain also will be covered.
That is what I was touching that topic VPN V4, and I dropped that topic because I don't want it to get you confused. So if you are aware about VPN V4, we have something named as RD, right?
Yes.
RD. Same way, Here also we need to use RD for sure.
Yeah.
And why RD is important, I don't know if it is making sense to most of the people. If not, please ignore it. Those who can understand, that's fine. So we will be using like this. This is what, this is your IPv4. This is what, bit like your RD. Total will be 96 bit. This is bit like what, VPN v4. Okay, this is a way to segregate the same IP address from different customer. Okay, those who are not aware, I'm talking about those who are, that's fine. So yes, we will be using that. Maybe I don't want to confuse more people. We will talk about these terms when we will talk about, partitions. But Sunit, I hope you are getting this point. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anyone else has any question?
I have one more. So
Oh,
I rules part you will be covering, right?
I'm sorry.
I rules part also you will be covering.
Still, I am not able to get your question. Can you repeat again, please?
I rule.
I rule. Ah,
Yes.
I rule is very, very important topic, I will say. Okay. In my previous demo class, I talked about I rule, why this is important. Those who have shown that video, that's fine. If not, let me tell you, this is a USP of F5. Every product has some kind of USP, unique selling point. Means the point where they are making a difference with respect to the different vendor. F5 with respect to the iRule is getting a really good lead in the market. So iRule is really very important, and yes, for sure this is the part of your topic. F5I rules, health monitors, partitioning, HA, uh, persistence, SSL profiles, lot of other profiles for sure, CLI things, all of these things will be the part of your course curriculum. Okay, I am not taking those names and I am not going in the detail because Patrick and Roma was present into that class. Either for them it will be a repetition, but yes, for sure we will be gonna use all of these things. Any other questions to anybody?
So this is my last question. Actually, you're
No,
going
no,
to
no. Please
configure
feel
through
free to ask
Python?
as many as question. Whatever question you have, feel free to ask. Don't worry, no rush.
Whatever the configuration you're doing on for devices, you're going to use automation or simply our CLI or GUI?
So as I told you, this is not your Python class. Okay. If you want to get an idea how Python works for FI device, there is a separate course which is running on Bit, but obviously it is about to, over now in next weekend. But we can run that course also. Currently, we will be using CLI
Simultaneously.
and GUI, not Python.
Ah, so you mean if you want, you can run simultaneously.
Haha, see, simultaneously, even let me tell you, GTM will also come into the picture. Going forth within 1 to 2 weeks, we will run GTM also. I am not aware about the correct timing. If I am not wrong, it should be 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. IST. Currently, it is 1:30 p.m. Okay, so you can just make your clock sync with respect to IST I am talking about. Okay, so when we are talking about LTM batch, we are starting like 12, 12 to 2 or 12 to 1:30 you can say, and here also you can say 5:30 or 6 like that. Okay, so that time is reserved for GTM, not now, going for maybe in 1 or 2 weekends. Okay, that we will decide. And simultaneously, yes, one slot will get open for 8 to 9:30 p.m. There we can talk about Python stuff. Very interesting topic, I will say. Not with respect to the F5. Once you learn Python, you can apply it on any vendor. Juniper, Cisco, Palo Alto, Fortinet, whatever you say. Okay, you can apply there. It is bit like simply access list. If you learn access list, you can apply it on F5. You can apply it on firewall, on the router, on the switch, wherever. Similarly, Python concept is there. But yeah, we can talk about it more when you interested in. And if you want, people wanted to take glimpse of it, please, I will suggest you people go to the YouTube. Okay, maybe here also you can just go to the courses and you can go to the Python, and there you can able to see the course and all syllabus also. Somebody was asking the syllabus, so syllabus also you can check from here, but you can see these videos. Even if you want more videos, go to our YouTube channel, and you people can able to see if you go into the videos. Okay, and if you see this Python, okay, you can see the it is 7 days before. Yeah, so just check out these videos, you can
So you
able to
mean
understand.
this is the just a demo class kind of thing?
See, I will not say demo class.
Hmm.
Generally what happens, we used to put one or two class. Okay,
Ah,
like like
beginning.
today's class I will put it on the YouTube. So this will show how we teach, what we teach, what is our
Ah,
way to teach. Okay, so we used to put any class depending upon the topic, depending upon the maybe users interest. We used to put any of the class on the YouTube. So you can go there. There are a lot of videos, lot hell of videos. If I will talk about, there should be maybe 40 or 50 videos in how many videos, let me see, playlist. If I will go into the
yeah, I
playlist.
saw there's a lot of videos.
That is
Just
right.
that is
So
just overview or first or second class. You are right, actually. It's
that is
not a
what.
deep.
See, again, we are charging from you people to
I
teach something. If I will put that as a free, it will be a cheating to those who are giving me the money.
know. Yeah, yeah.
So I cannot give those all things on the YouTube for free for sure.
So the all our LTM, GTM, and ASM class is going to be same time continuously.
No, no, that is what I told you. We will
Ah,
be gonna run a batch from 4 to 5:30 or something like that for GTM in some time, maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. That is what I was telling, right?
but if we are not available, that time means.
See, if you are not available, then we will move it to the 8 to 9:30 p.m. Means we need to see, we need to check, and depending upon all of the people's availability, we will be
Ah,
gonna
okay.
use
Yeah,
central time.
but this timing is for LTM at the moment.
At the moment, yes, you are right.
Okay. For me, this time is suitable for GTM and SM also at the moment. So let's
Okay,
see what is going
we
to
will
be.
see. Yeah, yeah, we will see.
Oh,
Once you will be a registered candidate, probably we will ask these questions from everyone who are the registered one. What timing, what kind of stuff. So there you can put your feedback, and depending upon your feedbacks, we will be utilizing the slots, whatever is suitable for everybody.
so actual class is going to start from next Saturday.
Actual class is already started from today.
Okay.
Okay, this is the class.
Okay. Thank you.
I didn't give the demo because, as I told you, Roma and Patrick are the registered candidate. I don't want to, give the demo again and again. So they
I know,
pick.
I know.
So
That's why.
I started today's a class. I
That's why
know.
you explained the lab probably.
Yeah, yeah. But the pace was not so, I will say, in the flow, because for sure I need to take a balance between them and between you people also. But yeah, I didn't talk about all the syllabus and all those stuff because it is a actual class.
Thank you.
Yeah. Amit, Akram, anybody else has any question? No? Perfect. Then, guys, we'll meet you on Saturday. Okay, those who are registered candidate, who are not, please feel free to check with Myra ma'am. She will tell you all the procedures stuff, and we will see you on the Saturday, and we'll talk with your all of the queries. So we will be starting from the migrations. Sorry, we will be going to talk about with respect to the migration, with respect to the live troubleshooting, with respect to the certifications, with respect to the interview. Lot of things we will be gonna talk about in LTM GTM ASM for sure. If you are coming for different trainings there also, okay. And yeah, happy learning to everybody. Take care of yourself. Happy weekend ahead. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.